Hi everyone, this week's vlog is a little bit different. It's a bit short because I didn't really have much footage, but I want to talk about the worst craft fair I've done so far. This was an outdoor one. It's supposed to be a once a month craft fair. It actually looked really good and it was a nice price. It's at a really popular local attraction. We thought it'd be brilliant. So we actually paid for the whole year of craft fairs outright. And we got there and I was like, yeah, this is going to be a really, really good one. So we get there, we're at the main bit at the open, like where the car park is, where everyone walks through the entrance of the big like museum area. And they tell us that you're not here, you're at the back, you're at the second entrance. And I was like, okay, I have lived here my whole life and I did not know there was a second entrance. So that was a little bit worrying. So we drove up and we just kept driving and driving up this hill. We went through someone's like a residential area. And finally we got to the end and it was up this massive hill right at the back in a field. And what they had done is put half the stalls up there and half the stalls where everyone else was in the museum area. So instantly everyone knew this wasn't going to be a good craft fair at all. And it was the first time doing a two table setup, as you'll see now. So we sort of we wanted to set it up. We wanted to have a test run. We thought maybe it would be good. Maybe they'll save it somehow. So I still had a bit of hope, but it started and very quickly all the stall holders who were in our section were saying that there wasn't really any signs or there was nothing to tell them that we were up there. And there wasn't a single staff member where we were. They were all in the main area. So in the end, me and a woman who was running a charity stall decided to go down to the main area just to have a little look, see if there was a good sign posted, what was going on, and ask if maybe it was a chance that we could move to a different area. So we got down there and I kid you not, it was a 5-minute walk to get from our stall to the other area up a hill. And we get there and we're like, okay, let's have a look for the signpost, see what's going on. And there was nothing. There was one tiny sign that said more stalls up the hill. But there wasn't even just like a telling you how to get up the hill. Because you didn't just walk up a hill. You had to go inside the cafe, the shop area. You then had to walk up 2 flights of stairs. You had to then come out down this narrow little path and then walk up this hill where there was no path up the hill. You had to walk in the road. And that was the only way to access it. You'll see in a minute, I've actually put in a sped up version of the walk back. But we sort of asked, hey, can we move? Is there any chance? And they were like, no. And then we went out into the main area where all the other stalls were. And there was loads of room. Enough room that every stall could have been there. So we were like, well, there's room here. Why can't we move? And the owner was like, the event started. I don't want anyone to move. And I was like, okay, fair enough. There's literally not a single person here, but okay, fair enough. So we went back up the hill. The charity in the end decided just to leave there. There was no point in she staying. And we said, okay, we'll give it an hour. We'll see what happens. And we stayed for 2 hours in the end. But it was absolutely dead. Like there was not a single person who walked up there. All the stall holders were just sort of sitting on the grass, drinking coffee and like eating burgers and stuff. There wasn't a single person the whole time we were there that walked up the hill. So like an hour and a half later, I thought, okay, that's it. We're packing up because it was supposed to be a 9-hour craft fair. I was like, I'm not spending my whole day here outside in the sun if there's no one. And it was quite a pricey craft fair. It wasn't a cheap one. So I went back. I did the whole walk back down the hill to talk to the owners again and to sort of ask, to say, well, we're leaving, basically. Can we get a refund for the rest of the year? And I got there. It was manic. There were so many people buying from all the stalls down there, which then sort of just upset everyone more because we hadn't had a single person all day. And it was a terrible day. It was in a very pretty location though. The owner sort of started to argue about, yeah, we think it's going to pick up in a minute. I was like, yeah, it's really busy down here. But we haven't had a single person up there all day. Like, I'm not going to spend 9 hours here when I've paid a lot of money and I could actually be back at home working on the website, packing orders, working on Etsy, making a new YouTube vlog. So yeah, we 2 hours in, we packed up, we left. You could see me there just pointing out where our store was because we were at the furthest point. And this is the drive back down. It was a distance. It was an interesting one. The worst craft fair I've done to date. But yeah, have a good week.